Ah, yes. A PVC figurine of Mina Majikina. It's not one of the bigger ones, but hey, that'll do. So yeah. Ah, yes. The favorite waifu archer from Samurai Showdown 5. I took a look at her for Waifus of Gaming. A Waifus of Gaming episode for Mina Majikina was made on her. Mina Majikina. Alright, enough of my goofy, weird, witty, whatever. Okay. You know what? No. Yeah, that's better. Oh, what about the companion? Much better. Haha. Nice. Fantastic. Alright, all I need to do is figure out my next PVC figurine and find the room for it first off. And, yeah. Oh man, everything's that big here. Or you know what? Let me turn down a bit. Yeah. Anyway, sincere stuff apologies. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do another video game review because apparently, I want to go ahead and have a say on it because really, I can see where everybody's coming from. Well, the game recently came out and there was, I mean, I never even heard of it. I never even heard of the game before, but however, until I started seeing a little bit of the game, and then everybody started saying, oh my god, this is a good game, you gotta try it. Oh my goodness, this is a good game. Oh my goodness, you gotta try it. Go on the Steam page, see the trailer. Oh my goodness, epic trailer, and it was just fantastic. Next thing you know, I go into the Steam reviews, and everybody's like high-thumbing it up. Everybody was like, oh, it's better than Ukulele, oh this and that. And it was like, okay. So I take a look at the game. The mystery here is it all the hype? Is it worth the hype? Today we're going to be taking a look at A Hat in Time, and boy oh boy, when everybody say this game is damn good, they're fucking right. A Hat in Time is a 3D old school style platformer, and the story revolves around a little girl. However, everybody seems to call him Hat Kid. And, yeah, I see a notice about this. Everybody seems to call him Hat Kid. Okay, so the little girl you play as has the ability to craft these hats, which grant her, like, a signature ability. So, every hat she makes offers, like, a signature ability. And, however, her spaceship is basically sort of like her house, technically. Alright, so, she is on her way home. Next thing you know, something happens, and then hell breaks loose, and next thing you know, she ends up flying out of the ship, and all of the hourglasses, the little hourglass, yeah, these little hourglasses that are used to basically fuel her ship, they started depleting to zero for a reason, and what ended up happening here was these hourglasses, they would fly outside of the ship and would land into varieties of planets. So they're landing into like various planets, they're landing into like various areas and all this, and next thing you know, Hat Girl, if she wants to get back on track on her way home, she's gonna have to collect the hourglasses that she has lost. Now when it comes to the 3D platforming, you run, you jump, you dash, you slide, you crouch, all that fun stuff. And of course, you do all these neat, fantastic 3D platformer tricks. And that is fantastic. So you go through one area after another area. You're done through specific quests and all that, and you're making sure you're able to collect hourglasses, so you're going around here collecting all these hourglasses left and right to get Hat Girl back home. And of course, this doesn't mean that there's a ton of bonus stuff going around here. There is tons of things to do. There is some bonus stuff. I will get to that later. But however, all it is, it's a basic run and gun. Well, not a run. I'm mixing shit up with Cuphead. Hello. Anyway. So, A Hat in Time. The biggest interesting thing about this, the biggest plot is, this is Hat Girl's ability. She can craft hats, like I said, that grants her a signature ability. So if she grants up like an ice cap, she'll basically freeze herself into ice and become like this huge, and just transform herself into this blunt object to where she can crash through heavy things. With the brewing hat, she can put that on her head. Next thing you know, this gives her the ability to instantly craft like explosive potions to toss around. And of course, the sprint cat makes her go faster, and of course you do have the dweller cat, which allows you to see like hidden things going on, which is very interesting. And then all of the things you go and you get a hold of her gadgets, which are like the badges, which grant like perks, such as the ability to track down like these bonus items here, and a lot of things. So that does get very interesting here. So yeah, basically how a level will work is that you have till you start your start point, and then you have until you collect the hour piece for this specific level, or let's just say the act, because everything's all split into multiple chapters. And when it comes to chapters in like subsegments, they're all split into acts. Okay, so here we go. And like, so you start out your act at your starting point. Next thing you know, it lasts until you collect your hourglass to pretty much conclude off the mission, thus concluding the act. So you get out, and then you can come back in, re-explore things, and then jump, frolic around, hunt everything down. Like I said, which you'll come into later. Alright, now I want to go through the bad stuff first, because it's not that much. Alright, there's just 3 issues, and yeah, there's going to be, oh my goodness. There are some questionable design choices. Other YouTubers have pointed this out, and I've seemed to pretty much, I kind of see what they're trying to say. And however, out of some weird development choices, I think they should have handled these poor design choices better. But however, there are some minor things, because they're just like small amounts, alright? And the game does get glitchy a lot of times, and it does suck. It really does suck. And there are occasional dips in frame rate. But however, on the bright side, hopefully that all gets patched. Otherwise, this game ends up standing out anyway for a lot of reasons. Alright. However, the good parts about this game, I see plenty and plenty and plenty of goods. Oh my goodness. The design of the game, yeah, it does have some sort of like a Wind Waker-ish style, but however, it's just, the graphics of the game is just so brilliant. The level design is fantastic. Wonderful. And let's not forget about the storyline. The storyline is so great, it becomes very entertaining. And of course, the music is so composed brilliantly. I love the soundtrack, absolutely. Especially the blue time rift stages where they play like this soft orchestral theme, or the soft piano-like theme, and it's just so soothing, and it just becomes so relaxing. But however, all the other levels, they just become so entertaining as hell. And however, the intro music, my goodness, it's just beautiful. And of course, the level design, especially, so it's like you're going through a forest. You're basically going through like this world that's like ran by mafia. This entire planet was like ran by mafia. And then you go like this whole thing where owls and penguins compete with each other in terms for movie, and in terms of who's the best directors, the best movie directors. So you're ending up going to like the movie studios and all that, and you're going to like swamps and all that, and you're like making a contract and a deal. I mean, you got to get those time glasses. I mean, anyway. However, the level design is fantastic. Wandering around running around Hat Girl's house, it's like ship. It's just wonderful. It's fun. And, yeah, I love the design. I love the music. I love the levels. It's just fantastic. The gameplay where it becomes really addicting is the ability to freely roam this level. And you're basically like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and then do some adventuring, because there is and here's the thing when it comes to the game, there is a lot of things to do besides the main quest. there are pretty much all the side things to do, like save an old man from a group of mafia beating up on someone, or basically going in there looking for these relic things where you can find these hidden things, or when you go into like these pink time rift levels, collect all the photographs to pretty much get some clues in regards to the lore of each world. And of course the time rift levels, my goodness, they're like the bonus levels, but like I said, it is fantastic. And also there's the yarn, and there's all the freaking yarn balls you can go ahead and collect up, and you can go ahead and collect them all up to craft your fucking hat, and it's fucking cool. The controls, fantastic. It controls fantastically. There are times where I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck do I... The fuck? Then I'm all like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that does make sense. Alright. Really, it becomes like, okay, yeah, okay, now I get it. So, and however, I barely run into any issues with the controls, because in any issue, most of the time when it comes to the issues I run across in terms of controls, they're probably more catering to my fault. So, yeah, that can be a thing. As soon as you open up, like, a Hat in Time and you start playing the game, you're having a blast, you're just fucking jumping around, you're exploring, you're friggin' dashing around, you're blowing things up, you're basically catapulting yourself to this one parachute to collect either this yarn or this token, you're hunting around for relics and having them combine together to form like 2 items in one. You're interacting with all these great entertaining characters, and let's not forget, this game does have its share of entertaining characters. And, yeah, really, it's basically, you're having a blast. You're having a fucking blast with this gameplay. Because it's just like because when it comes to a 3D platformer, it's like so goddamn addicting, because you're sliding, you're jumping, you're freaking all over the place, and it's like fantastic. I'm all over the place. I want to collect every single goddamn thing on this goddamn planet, and you're doing all these little tricky platforming sections. Next thing you know, you want to explore everything. This whole world around you is like something you would like to totally explore. You have the hats, you have the badges, which gives you the perks and all that, and you have the hats that you have all the hats you can craft, which you can utilize to get to one point to another, or you can use on your way to get to another one, or use as an alternative for that thing also. And also another thing to note here is there's this, it's just so goddamn addicting, and it's just so fantastic. Also, by the way, there is custom ability options. Alright, you can customize your character's palette colors. You can change the color of her hair or outfit, whatever. But also, you do have additional background music, which are basically like a remix of the game's soundtrack. But however, the game's soundtrack is so good, it becomes so fitting with a theme like Cuphead, and it's just so wonderful. And it's like everything when it comes to this game, you get this nostalgic style gameplay, and you're getting this nostalgic style soundtrack that you do get, and it feels fantastic. And however, the level design is fantastic. It just makes you just all around feel really, really nostalgic, and plus it offers you all this bonus stuff and all this content, and it offers you this great soundtrack. It is just wonderful. And really, yeah, I know I may sound a bit repetitive at times, but I got a little bit burnt out after having a fun time with this game. And speaking of having a fun time with this game, and what I am going to go ahead and say, it's $30, go get it. It's really nice. I'm giving this game a B- with 82%. This is fantastic. It may be a little bit buggy, it may have some drawbacks, like I mentioned before I talked about the pros. However, don't let that discourage you. It's a really fun, enjoying game. It's addicting. It has some fantastic level design. It has some great graphics. It has some fantastic soundtrack music. The music for this game is so good. The gameplay is addicting. The design is fantastic. The story is entertaining. And also, another thing to note, the characters are pretty much cool to hang around with. I mean, everything that you be expecting in a 3D platformer Well, actually, everything you'd be expecting in a damn well entertaining game is all in this package. So, if you want to go ahead and do it, get a hat in time. This is a fun game. Alright, I'm done rambling my ass off. I still have that blue Time Rift level music in my head. It's just so soothing. It's just so relaxing. That's all. I'll be looking forward to you in the next video.